Advocating it all, I prefer gold and silver. I do, because Bitcoin is still untested. But I have the wherewithal to withstand the hit if it goes down. But gold and silver are God's money. I know because I've traveled the world looking for this stuff. I've been in the Andes, I've been in Mongolia, been in Argentina. I was just in Park City, which is a silver mining place. So I'm very much in favor of gold and silver because it's God's money. God put it here. I'm not really religious, but I'm saying God put it here.
So he is taking a theological dimension to his investment strategy. This could explain why he does not care about the returns of gold and silver investment and is unconcerned that the price has not been going up for the better part of 40 years. But here's the problem with that type of thinking. Gold and silver are just elements on the periodic table, so they exist like the other 90 naturally found elements across the universe, and the heavier elements are scarcer, and among the heavier elements that are both scarce as well as visually appealing and non-radioactive, those become precious. Gold and silver are very well known, so is platinum. Uranium is also rare, but it's radioactive and is not a precious metal per se. It's expensive to buy, but it's not a jewelry grade metal that people necessarily invest in. Neither is mercury, even though mercury has an atomic number that is 1 higher than gold and has certain interesting properties as well. But mercury is toxic. You can't put your hand in it and expect not to get poisoned the way you can wear a gold ring necessarily. But when he talks about it being God's money, you should be very wary about this person's recommendation because it has value only in the eyes of humans. Do the birds and animals care about gold and silver? No. Does the periodic table of elements give you any reason to think which element might be monetarily valuable in the human economy versus elements right next to it? Like I said, mercury is the element that comes right after gold with an atomic number 1 higher. So this gold and silver being God's money, remember, Robert Kiyosaki is a good storyteller. These are stories from his book on an investment channel where people are presumably interested in legitimate investment advice. You hear rather unusual things like this, God's money, as if the periodic table of the elements has certain spiritual and theological dimensions to it in relation to what humans decide to monetize in the human economy. So we continue.
And then now with AOC and her Green New Deal, silver is going to be used more and more for the environmental. So silver is an industrial metal. Why is the price not higher then? That's what I don't understand.
Okay, let's focus on silver, but I certainly want...
He says he doesn't understand why the price is not higher. I have many videos explaining exactly why the price is not higher. He admits he doesn't understand why the price of silver is not higher because he has put too much emotion and theological thought behind why one should buy gold and silver rather than any understanding of the first principles of technology and economics. So we continue.
I want to circle back to your Bitcoin projection. What do you think is going on with silver? Because you've indicated several times on this program, as well as on your own podcasts, that you suspect that there is some kind of manipulation in the silver market, driven perhaps by the fact that so many of the world's biggest corporations need it for their products, particularly in the tech sector. So expand on that a little bit for us, if you will.
Well, I think the big thing is, for batteries right now. And, there's Tesla, there's Sony, all the tech companies use silver. And they can't find, another thing too, which is a little bit too technical, is many of the silver mines are in hostile territory. They don't like us. I know because I've been to their countries looking for silver. So silver is getting rarer and rarer and rarer and more in demand. But silver is burned up all the time. It's used in medicine, it's used in everything, water purification. So that's why for the last, I think, 15, 20 years, I've been very bullish on silver I'm that bullish on it that I want to get as much as I can now before it moves again. So that's just my psychosis. I'm not saying I'm right. I just love silver. I love gold. I've been all the world looking for it. I believe in Greshams Law. Bad money drives out good money. And this guy bought it.
So this is the 4th or 5th time that he has mentioned this Greshams Law thing without explaining what it really means. What is bad money? What is good money? How do you identify whether a certain amount of money in a certain location is good or bad or somewhere in between? Is there a scoring system? There's no explanation over there. Also, if tech companies are using silver like he says, then the thing to do would be to buy tech companies rather than the components that the tech companies use. If you believe tech companies are consuming a certain commodity and that tech companies are going to be consuming more of that commodity, buying that commodity is not going to be as high of a return as buying the shares of a particular tech company. Now, I also don't recommend any individual stock picking. I recommend that most people just be in indices for a number of reasons. But buying commodities in the hopes that a knowledge-based business uses that commodity is kind of like doing the hard work of something and then messing up an investment thesis at the last step because you don't understand one of the more basic elements of value creation. So we continue.
I'm not blaming Biden, please get me. I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm just saying that the system is forcing all of us to become gold and silver and possibly crypto buyers right now.
All right, well, let's hit back on that crypto point because you said you're projecting Bitcoin to be worth over $1 million in about 5 years' time. Is that what you said?
Yes.
And why? Why do you think that? And why do you not think that the government may intervene in one form or another?
Well, I think they'll try. But the problem is too big, Michelle. You know, our pensions are going bust. Baby boomers have no money. They shut down the economy. Biden's going to print another 1.9 trillion. So it has never worked. It's Greshams Law. Bad money drives out good money. So when a guy like me gets my hand on a Bitcoin, I'll never spend it. And when I have gold and silver, I've only spent a little bit of my gold. I've never sold it. You know, I'd rather save it. So when I need money, because I'm a real estate guy like Trump, I borrow money. So when interest rates drop really, really low, like they are now, under 4%, I'll borrow millions of dollars because it's fake money. And I'll spend fake money, but I save gold, silver, and today some Bitcoin. Bitcoin is untested yet, but that's why I was happy to get some at 9,000. And I may buy some again today or tomorrow just because I'm more bullish on it. But I'm not bullish on gold, silver, or Bitcoin. I'm just bearish on Biden and his communist gang. That's what I don't like.
You're seeing crypto, gold, and silver really then as a way to safeguard against dollar devaluation.
Yeah, I don't trust the academic elite. That's called Bernanke and Yellen, and now we have Powell. These guys are communists. They print money. They're central bankers. I really don't like how they screw everybody. It makes me rich because all the CEOs take all this fake money and they drive up the stock price, but the working class guy is getting screwed. You know, the person working for money, trying to pay the rent, they can't afford to buy a house. They don't buy stocks. They're just surviving day to day, and the price of food keeps going up and all this. That's what happens when you print money. That's what brought Hitler to power, after 1918, when the Weimar Republic started printing all this fake money. You saw it in Zimbabwe. It's happening in Venezuela. And they screw the poor. Yet our school teachers, those idiots, teach kids to save money. You got to be crazy. Just tell kids to save silver.
So we can stop over there with Robert Kiyosaki, but just in closing, I would like to pull up what the price of gold and silver has actually been over the entire investment horizon that Robert Kiyosaki is talking about. Here is the 100-year price chart of gold, this gold-colored line, versus the Dow Jones Industrial Average. 100-year price chart. Gold has done about 100x of gains over this period, while the stock market has gone about 6 times higher. Now, over this lengthy of a time frame, the compounded annual growth rate difference between the two isn't that much, but over time it still adds up to a large delta. But now we can take fewer years than that. Now take a 10-year horizon. Gold is barely up at all, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 140%. This is over a 10-year horizon. This is now the price of silver. Over 100 years, it has gone up this much. Seems like a lot, but it's not. Over 10 years, it's just this much. It's actually lower than 10 years ago. So much for its use in the tech industry. So it is definitely outperforming the stock market, and not even tech stocks. Even an index like the Dow Industrial Average, which has only a small portion of tech in it and the rest is actually low tech, that has not done as well as tech. That doesn't mean some short-term period will not occur where gold or silver briefly do well and tech stocks could do poorly. That can always happen. But going longer term, what is resonant with the first principles of technology? And Robert Kiyosaki is completely wrong about that, sorry to say, because he just doesn't understand why technology increases the supply of any inert commodity much faster than was possible in the 20th century because the technonomic medium of the world is that much more powerful. And the other videos that I linked earlier that were in the tiles in the upper right hand corner previously explain that in more detail. At any rate, I hope you found this video to be interesting and you feel equipped to understand what some so-called expert says with great confidence and how they are often not right at all, and few call them on it because their accuracy is not really checked real time. I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and to hit the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching.